bake 3 healthy snacks in 1 hour. We're gonna give it a crack today. Hi, I'm Maddie, I'm a women's health dietitian, and today I've set myself the challenge of baking 3 healthy snacks to set up my week in 1 hour. I haven't memorized these recipes, I've got them written down, so it is literally gonna be a true test to see if we can do it. I do have the ingredients on standby, but yeah, I have no idea if this is going to actually work, but let's give it a crack. So, the 3 recipes I'm going to make today are chickpea choc chip cookies, apple and cinnamon muffins, and a coconut and date bliss ball. Timer, 60 minutes.
60 minutes, counting down.
Okie dokie, we can do this. Okay, first recipe we're going to make is the chickpea choc chip cookies. So we need can of chickpeas, 1 large egg, 1/3 of a cup of almond butter, maple syrup, vanilla extract, baking powder, bicarb soda, some plain flour, salt, choc chips. And our first step is to blend all the wet ingredients together. So I'm going to get cracking. I've got a thermo, but you could also use a blender or a food processor. Alrighty. And before I do that, set your oven to 180. If I had a little bit more time, I'd also take off the skins, because sometimes that can help if you are normally a bit more reactive to too much fibre. Taking the skins off the chickpeas can be a bit more gentle, but we're just checking it in today. We're in a tight budget of time. Oh gosh. And also, just a little caveat, I am a very messy cook. So we're going to do 1/3 of a cup of maple syrup. You could do more or less depending on your sweetness preference. 1/3 of a cup in. We're going to do 1/3 of a cup of almond butter. We are a peanut-free household, as my littlest one has an allergy, but you could do any nut butter you like. I also quite like almond butter. But, you know, peanut butter is cheaper and also very tasty as well. Chuck that in, 1/3 of a cup. I think I'm going to run out of clean utensils very quickly. We've got 1 large egg. 1 large egg. And we've got 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. We're just going to rogue it. That's good enough. And we are going to whirl that up. That is blended. This recipe is super easy. That's why I chose to include it. Honestly, 1/4 cup of plain flour. Chuck that in there. What else have we got? 1/2 tablespoon of baking powder. This is very rogue measurements because, you know, 1/4 of bicarb soda or baking soda if you're in the US. Oh, and the 180 degrees was Celsius for the oven, which is, I'll tell you in the comments. Give that a mix in till it's combined. Last step, we're going to add in the choc chips. Yum, yum, yum. And just give that a little bit of a combined. Okay, the rogue cookie shapes are made, and now we're going to pop them in the oven for 12 to 15 minutes. We have 47 minutes remaining. Okay, let's shoot through, and we're going to go on to recipe number 2. Next recipe we're going to do is the apple and cinnamon. Is that everyone's worst fear, like bugs in flour. I feel like I have a rational fear of that. Okay, that's all good. 1.5 of plain flour. Again, look, this is very road cooking, but we'll get there in the end. That's 1 cup. And then 1/2 cup. Yep, a bit more, why not? Next, we want 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Did I put the bicarb soda in the other ones? I don't even remember. I feel like I'm blacking out. Pretty sure I did. And 1/2 teaspoon of bicarb soda or baking soda. And then we want 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Yum! Love cinnamon in baking. And we've got 45 minutes left on the clock. I think we're doing alright, hopefully. Don't want to get ahead of myself. Right, 1 teaspoon and a little bit extra of cinnamon and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Yeah. Now whisk that together. Does anyone else work best under pressure? I feel like I procrastinate until the very last second and then it's like go time. Okay, that's whisked together. Now we're going to add, so that's 1 bowl, and then in another bowl we're going to do the wet ingredients. Large mashed banana or 2 medium ones. Just going to mash it up a bit. It's really going to be real. The reason I've done mashed banana in this one rather than maple or honey is so that they're also baby friendly. And my 10-month-old can have it as well. Peanut allergy. My 10-month-old also has an egg and dairy allergy, but luckily we're working through the ladders, so he can have eggs in baked goods, which is fantastic. So 2 eggs, 1/3 cup of coconut oil. You could also use olive oil or melted butter, your preference, whatever works in your family. And then 1/2 cup of unsweetened applesauce or pureed apple. So this is probably the one that you do have to do in advance. Apologies. Yep, that's all good. I already had some apple puree on hand, but you can buy apple puree as well, or just add that to your time limit and see how you go. So 1/2 cup of that. We're doing 41 minutes left. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Beautiful. Alrighty. And then what we're going to do, mix this all together. I don't know what it is, but I love using a little mix. Whisk, a little whisk. It's actually so enjoyable. So just let me think, that one is 125, they should be ready. I was thinking, I feel like I'm missing a component. That's alright, Nora will get that. Alright, add the grated apple. We're going to add the 2 together. Let's just pour that in. to go into the oven for about 20 minutes. Our last recipe is meant to be coconut date bliss balls. I am running very low on dates, so we're gonna potentially mix it up a little bit, but all we have to do to this one is literally just throw it all in the food processor or blender, blitz it up and then roll it into balls and put it in the fridge. So that should be easy for us. So it calls for 1 cup of dates. How many have I got? Oh, I've got about 3/4 a cup of dates. 3/4 a cup of dates, and I'm just going to do 1/4 cup of sultanas, but you can just do dates just to make it up. Then we're going to do 1 cup of shredded coconut. Yum. I wonder if that'll be too much. No, we'll give it a whirl. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder or cacao. 1, 2. We're going to do 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. We're going to do 1 tablespoon of hemp seeds. And you could also add some protein powder or collagen powder to this, just to boost the actual protein of it. But we don't have any in stock at the moment. So we're just going for a nice energy ball, which is kind of perfect for postpartum when you're breastfeeding. All of these are one-handed snacks that you can have on the go. And then we're going to add tablespoon of that. We'll do 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. And then what we might do, just for something different, we'll do a tablespoon of cashew spread or cashew butter. Alright, let's just get some of that in there. And I think I'll also add a little bit of water in that as well. Let's just do about a tablespoon. Help with the mixture. All right, let's see if that works. We're going to blitz that up. Yep, that's a good consistency. Alrighty, so then put those in the fridge for 30 minutes just to set, but they are done. They are done. And with 10 minutes remaining on the clock, actually 11 minutes 15 remaining on the clock, we have also cooked the apple cinnamon muffins. So we have managed to make 3 healthy snacks that we can meal prep for the week. The bliss balls and the muffins would definitely be freezer friendly. I'm not sure on the cookies, I haven't tried those, but we still have 10 minutes 45 on the clock. Meaning I've even got time to clean, and then I'll come back and we'll do a bit of a taste test. We did it. 3 healthy snack options for your week, done, prepared in 50 minutes. How good! Now let's just do a little bit of a taste test, because who knows what they taste like. Alrighty, I don't need to taste test these because I've made them before and they are yummy. So definitely give those a whirl. That's the chickpea choc chip cookies. They're delicious. The next is the apple cinnamon muffin that we have sweetened with mashed banana. So they're also baby friendly. So there's no honey or maple syrup or regular sugar in them. Let's have a taste. We'll open it up. I mean, they look promising. Quite nummy. They're good. Not too sweet, definitely child and baby friendly. Would make those ones again. The last one to taste test is the Choc coconut bliss balls. And these aren't fully formed yet. I reckon they'd be nice that little bit harder. So once they're hard, they'll be delicious. And for them, if you've got protein powder or collagen powder, I would next time add some of that in just to boost up the protein of them. But yeah, delicious. Hope you've enjoyed this chaotic baking vlog. If you'd like to see more baking vlogs or meal planning, just leave a comment below, because your comments will really help to decide what videos I create. Have a lovely day and see you soon.